Hi, my name is Lucy Trueman. I am an organisational psychologist and founder of Trueman Change, and let's talk about culture. So, doing culture reviews is actually my favourite part of my job. Culture, organisational culture, is so incredibly powerful if you know how to harness it. And sadly, most people don't know how to harness it. So it's often viewed as this kind of pink, fluffy thing that lives in the air that we don't really have any control over. And it couldn't be further from the truth. So culture is absolutely crucial if you are going through any sort of change and transformation. If you're asking people to change the way they work, you need to have a really good understanding of whether your culture is ready for that or not. And also, if you're going through anything like, complete reorganisation, if you are joining workforces between different organisations, but also your culture may be showing signs of creaking. You may be finding a really high level of resistance to things. So in all of those circumstances, a culture review is your first point of call. And how we do that is we are massive advocates of the Edgar Schein view of culture, which means that you have to look at it in multiple layers. So it's not just the posters on the wall. That is just the espoused values. So that's what the organisation says the culture is. It's almost always not right in terms of when you actually get in there and start speaking to staff. So you've got to look at that espoused level. You've got to look at the artifacts level, which is, what happens in meetings? How do decisions get made? How do leaders behave? Kind of the things that are observable in the organisation. So we do an assessment on that and we engage with a number of your staff in order to get their feedback. And then finally, you need to understand what's underneath all that. So underneath that will be a web of underlying assumptions which are driving behaviour and people's experience of the workforce every day. So some examples of underlying assumptions that I found, real examples, in one organisation it was everybody's leaving. It turned out about half a dozen people had left, but they just were very vocal about it, and it created this story that people kept kind of regurgitating. We've had some really lovely ones, like, this organisation is the best in our area, which was very lovely, but going into a process of reorganisation and merging workforces with other local neighbours potentially could have been challenging. And also ones where they've been through a lot of change, but there's this view of we're stuck now, we can't progress, we can't make change happen. So you can imagine trying to land a change and transformation program on a culture that feels kind of disengaged and stuck means that there's some work to do in order for that to land well. So get in touch with us if you are concerned about your culture, or if you're about to go through something really big and you want to get a sense of where your culture is at. It is evidence-based, it's a deep qualitative piece of work, and it will honestly put you in such a strong position doing change going forward.